So students, we were doing the topic civil disobedient movements, in which we talk about the patterns of the questions, that how many questions can be found. So what we saw in that questions, first question we talk about the event. Describe the event of the civil disobedience movement. So it can be asked in a long answer. Okay. Then we talk about which question? The second question we discussed was the progress of the movement, and how do we know about the progress of the movement. Okay. We talk about the progress, and then the people resist against the Britishers, against the colonial rule. So we talk about the resistance, okay, how they resist, and then we saw a very important significance of the movement. So we have covered these first questions, and now the last question here comes, that how did the British they react to the India. So here it comes about the, you can see, discuss in brief that government response to civil disobedience movement. So what were the action that was taken by the British government? Okay. So if we talk about how did the government respond. Okay, important point to emphasize here, the government response. So you will first point you will give here what we discussed in the movement, that how the movement launched, the civil disobedience movement. So we read about the causes of the movement also, है कि नहीं, जिसमें हमने देखा था सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट आया था गांधी व्हाट प्रपोजल, है कि नहीं है, हमने गांधी प्रपोजल के बारे में देखा था. गांधी जी ने कहा कि बिफोर वी स्टार्ट अ मूवमेंट वी शुड गिव नोटिस और अर्ली इन्फॉर्म द गवर्नमेंट दैट वी आर, in case they kept their proposal or demand, the 11 demand of Gandhi ji, है कि नहीं है, they kept the 11 demand of Gandhi ji, they kept 11 demands, and in case if the government they don't accept that 11 demand, then they will go for a civil disobedience movement. So what was the reaction of the Viceroy, Lord Irwin? Did he agree with the demand? He refused to accept it, and he did not expect that of refusing what would the consequences of not taking any action or of taking it very leniently, है कि नहीं है. तो पहला हम यहाँ से शुरू करेंगे जब हम बात करते हैं कि how did the British react to India or British response to the civil disobedience movement. So first point here is that is about that Gandhi ji earlier he informed them or warned them, or he gave notice as a form of a 11 demands or proposal which was not accepted, and the government take it leniently, as Viceroy take it leniently, and the result was the civil launch of the civil disobedience movement. तो यहाँ पे पहला रिएक्शन आ गया, उनका पहला रिस्पॉन्स आ गया बेटा, ठीक है. दूसरी बात हम क्या करेंगे कि हम ये देखते हैं, हमने देखा था civil disobedience movement when it started it spread like a wildfire. सेकेंड पॉइंट हमने देखा था, it spread over the provinces, है कि नहीं है, it spread over the provinces. Provinces we talk about which provinces? When we read about this resistance, United provinces were there, Northwest Central provinces were there, है कि नहीं, Central provinces were there, Bengal was there, Madras was there, Bombay was there, है कि नहीं है, and eastern part of India that we call Nagaland, Manipur, did we read all that, है कि नहीं है. तो आपने देखा now the movement it had spread over the continent of India. So if it was the reaction of the government, it was very repressive. Okay, they take, you can see that the government adopt the measure to suppress the movement. Then comes how he suppress the movement. First come लाठी चार्ज, है कि नहीं है. So लाठी चार्ज and indiscriminate fire. unarmed force, okay, or the unarmed crowd of men and women. So if we talk about that the British government, they adopted repressive policy to suppress the movement. So how they will suppress? Obviously they will, here you can see, with the lathi charge and firing at the crowd. Okay, then, and you can see third, men were arrested. The population, nearly 90,000 people were arrested. And then you can see even the political leaders, they were also arrested. And Congress, they declared Congress as a illegal. Okay, Congress को illegal घोषित कर दिया गया था. Was the Congress was declared illegal. Then they even, when we talk about this, we read the resistance, when we talk about the Indians, they resist against British government. So which important stage we discussed? What were the points over there? That will help you to write here also. Okay, as we talk about that Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, he organized what? खुदाई खिदमत गारा है कि नहीं है? खान अब्दुल गफर खान ने ऑर्गेनाइज खुदाई खिदमत गारा. तो हम देखते हैं कि नॉर्थ वेस्ट सेंट्रल प्रोविंसेस में कौन था? ही लेड द मूवमेंट वाज खान अब्दुल गफर खान, who is known as Frontier Gandhi. So that we discussed yesterday also. And then हमने यहाँ पे देखा, अब उनके साथ यहाँ पे हम देखते हैं इन पेशावर द गढ़वाली, we read about a person Chandra Singh Garhwal. He refused to fire on the arms was on that crowd. Okay, so Chandra Singh Garhwal, he refused to fire on the crowd. Okay, especially when you can see aerial bombardment was used to crush the follower of Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. Then we saw that they put restriction, various restriction on whom? Restriction on press. Okay, so that was a step taken by the British government. And if we talk about the Home Department, okay, it was unwilling to accept the fortnightly report. Okay, the government unwilling to accept what? Fortnightly report means that report that published within the 2 weeks. Okay, 15 दिन जो report publish होता है. So they denied to accept. They were unwilling to accept the report where it was mentioned that how this Gandhiji has provoked the masses and they were enthusiastically participating. है कि नहीं है? So they were not ready. और उन्होंने क्या कहा? पूरे सीन को एक ड्रामा बताया. गांधी जी की ड्रामा से क्या बताया? ड्रामा, है ना? It was considered a drama, okay, anti and desperate effort to provoke the people, as they were unwilling to resist against the British. So when we talk about anti means that they want to get the attention of the people. So यहाँ पर हम देखते हैं the march was considered as a drama, as it was considered an epic here was they want to draw attention of the people and they were desperate, okay, efforts to mobilize the people who were unwilling to resist against them to take part in that march. So here reports of newspaper, it reflect the fear and anxieties of these officials, and they were unable, whatever the report were published, as we read about the report also, report in the sense of the newspaper, American newspaper, where they mentioned that they were anxious, the British got anxious about this movement. Okay, so even the report which were published, they said that they were unable to control the movement and they were anxious about.
Students, here comes a questions that why were the dialogues at the round table conference inconclusive? It means that it not came into an end. Okay, so here the dialogues were between the Indian political parties and the British government. So the British government, they convened a series of round table conference. As you know, this round table conference, it was organized between the year 1930 to 1932. So 3 round table conference was organized by the British government towards the constitutional reforms. So these conference was conducted as per the report that was presented by the Simon Commission. So you can see the first meeting, it was held in November 1930, but without the preeminent political leader, especially of INC, Indian National Congress. So whatever it rendered an exercise or whatever the consequences was insignificant. So here comes Gandhiji, who was released from jail in January 1931, and the following months had several long meetings with the viceroys. So these culminated in what we call the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. So by the terms of which civil disobedience movement would be called off, all the prisoners were released and salt manufacturers allowed along the coast. So the pact was criticized by the radical nationalists. As you know, the Gandhiji was unable to obtain, unable to obtain from the viceroy a commitment to get a political independence for Indians. He could obtain merely an assurance of talks toward the possible end. So the second round table conference, it was held in London in the later part of 1931. And here Gandhiji, he represented all India National Congress, came under the challenge from 3 parties, from the Muslim Leagues, then you will see which claim to stand for the interest of Muslim minority, which want to safeguard the Muslim minority, and from the princes you get the challenge who claimed that the Congress, they had no stake in their territories, and from the brilliant lawyer we called B.R. Ambedkar, who argued that Gandhiji and the Congress, they did not really represent the lowest caste. So the second round table conference, it failed to make any significant decisions. So the conference, it came to an end on December 1, 1931, and the disappointed Gandhiji, he returned India into empty-handed. He resumed civil disobedience movement. So again the British government, they took repressive measures to control the movement. And in 1933, the Congress officially, they decided to suspend the movement. And then you can see that the movement, and it was finally withdrawn in May 1934. So now we talk about the year 1935. However, new Government of India Act promised some forms of representative forms of government. 2 years later, in an elections held in the year 1937 on the basis of restricted franchise. Now, 8 out of 11 provinces had a Congress Prime Minister working under the supervisions of the British governor. So here you can see in September 1939, 2 years after the Congress ministry, they assumed the office. The second round, you can see Second World War, it broke out. And Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru had been strongly opposed, critical of Hitler and the Nazis. Accordingly, they promised Congress support to the war effort if the British in return promised to grant independence once these hostilities ended. So here you can see the offer was refused to grant independence to the Congress. In protest, the Congress ministries, they resigned, in October 1939. 1940 and 1941, this Congress organized a series of individual satyagraha to pressure the ruler to promise freedom once the war ended. So here they can ask a questions that what was the attitude of Indian National Congress toward the Second World War. So what we saw, they were ready to get to give the support to the Britisher, but in terms of complete independence. But here the Britisher, they refused the offer and they resigned the party. So, and then why did the Congress minister resign during the Second World War? The question can be formed in this way also. So, how did the Muslim League they celebrate this day when the Congress resigned? So, the Muslim League celebrated it as Liberation Day on December 23rd, 1939 all over the country. So, when we talk about Quit India movements, so they can ask, or a question can be formed, under what circumstances did Gandhiji initiated the Quit India movements? So here we will talk about the causes for the Quit India movement. So you can see, first we will describe about the Second World War. Lord Lilithgow, he declared India to be at war without the prior assent of the central legislatures. So the Congress ministry they resigned in the wake of war. Congress agreed to support British only in return of independence being granted. So the Viceroy, he could promise only after the war. In October-November 1939, the Congress ministers they resigned in protest. The Muslim League observed this day as the Deliverance Day or the Liberation Days. So the Viceroy he refused to accept the preconditions that was set by the Congress. But the British government they desperately wanted the active cooperation of these Indians in the war efforts. To secure this cooperation, it sent to India a mission headed by Sir Stafford Cripps. So he proposed a dominion status. The British government refusal of accepting immediately the Congress demand of forming a national government was the cause of the failure of the mission. So the Indian National Congress they insist that the Viceroy should first appoint an Indian as the defense member of the Executive Council. If the British government wanted the Congress to help the British defend India from the Axis power, so it broke down on this issue. So Gandhiji he criticized it a post-dated check on a crashing points. So the World War now had entered into a critical phase by the beginning of 1942. So the British presence in India was encouraging the prospect of Japanese attack on India. So therefore Gandhiji made his mind to launch his third major movement against the British rule. This movement is known as the Quit India movement. So here comes another question that can be asked. Examine why Quit India movement was started and how do you think the Quit India movement was genuinely a mass movement? So what you have to do when they ask you why this Quit India movement started, so you will write the causes and how do you think the Quit India movement was genuinely a mass movement. So how you have to start the answer here. First you will talk about the incidents that on 8 August 1942 the All India National Congress they passed the historical Quit India resolution with a huge majority and decided to launch a non-violent mass struggle under Gandhiji to achieve the goal. So Gandhiji he advised the masses to make non-violence the very basis of the movement, said that every person should guide himself, and Gandhiji and other prominent leaders they were arrested. Congress even it was declared illegal and policy of harsh repression were adopted towards the agitators. But the excitement here and the resentment of the masses is increased with the intensification of government repressive measures. Even Gandhiji mantra, do or die, became a talisman for the common masses. Even you will see that Quit India movement was genuinely a mass movement where hundreds of thousands of ordinary Indians they participated in it. It was the last great struggle for the freedom of India and was one of the most significant of all the movements that had been launched till then. So particularly, and they were if we talk about the youth were energized, okay, who left their college in large numbers in order to go to the jail. The young activists organized strikes and indulged in sabotage all over the nation. So during this period, you can see strike, procession and functions were held. Even the role of the laborers remained quite effective because the government had to resorted to the method of torture and suppression of the people. So here you can see the people attacked the building of the municipal board government, building and properties. They also attacked railway station, post offices, police station and tried to set them fire. They cut the telegraph and even you can see railway lines, and temporary government was established in Balia and some district of eastern UP in order to crush. The police inflicted the human torture of the people. Being tortured by the government, the people they carried out armed attack in different places in Madras, Bengal and some places in Bombay and Uttar Pradesh. In some area, such as Balia in modern Uttar Pradesh, Tamluk in Midnapur district of Bengal and Satara district of Bombay, the agitators they set up the parallel government, overthrowing the British authority. So during this period of this movement, you can see when almost all the prominent Congress leaders were behind the bar, Jinnah and the colleagues, okay, in the Muslim League were busy in expanding their influence. So the League, they began to make a mark in the Punjab and Sindh province where it had previously had scarcely any presence. The fire of this movement burnt all the talks of the dominion status into ashes. India now wanted nothing less than complete independence. It made the various political parties of England to give a serious thought of Indian problems, and the British withdrawal from India became certain.